And we are Mwembe with Business Time. This is a magazine program where we bring you major business and economic news stories that are making headlines in the country. And coming up in the program today, we examine businesses' preparedness for the forthcoming International Trade Fair as MCCCI focuses on import substitution, exports promotion, and increased productivity. And also in the program, we look at other challenges that the business community is facing vis-a-vis how the situation could be addressed. We have these and other stories. Stay tuned. And welcome in a main story in the program today. Malawi, a predominantly importing nation, has for years grappled with forex scarcity. This has had a knock on almost all sectors of the economy, and the remedy rests in import substitution, a conversation the country has had for quite some time. The Malawi Confederation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry, MCCCI, says it is intensifying efforts to advance import substitution, export promotion, increase production, and industrialization. This comes ahead of the 36th Malawi International Trade Fair, which starts on Thursday at the Trade Fair grounds in Blantyre. To gauge level of preparedness among businesses, Benedetta Chuandamia visited the Trade Fair grounds, where she spoke with some businesses who are intending to exhibit their commodities this year.
The 36th Malawi International Trade Fair is set to take place from Thursday, that's the 21st of May. But of course, other events will start on Wednesday, the 20th of May. This is a great event for Malawi in terms of enhancing business, improving business connectivity, and also selling Malawi on the map as an economy that is still blooming but full of opportunities. We are here at the Chichili Trade Fair grounds in Blantyre, the center stage of the Malawi International Trade Fair. This year's Malawi International Trade Fair is being held under the theme Promoting Economic Stability through Enhanced Production and Industrialization, emphasizing the country's priorities in terms of improving its productivity through value addition and also increasing its export base, expanding its export base to address some of the chronic challenges the country has been facing, some of which including the scarcity of foreign exchange currency, which can only be done through increased exports. And this is the center stage for everything, whereby the fair is expected to improve connectivity between businesses, create business linkages and opportunities, both within local players and also with international players. Here at the Chichili Trade Fair grounds, business operators, exhibitors are busy preparing for the day, and we did manage to have a chat with some of them, and the expectation is high in terms of selling their businesses to the public and to the world in general, and also to create linkages, to create business opportunities that would enhance their productivity as well as enhance their operations, not just within Malawi, but also beyond. And here are some of the operators, business operators, local operators that we managed to talk to ahead of the official opening of the Malawi International Trade Fair.
My name is Rafo Sikta Magaga. I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager for Invigro Limited. So I think from our end, the preparations are going on well. We started on Sunday evening. Yesterday we were here, and we anticipate to finish off almost everything by close of business today. I think, as you can see behind me, this is our shelf. Our pavilion, and today I think we'll just organize on the shelf, putting up the screen and also putting up the products on the shelves. Generally, as Invigro, our expectations are always high. I think coming from the previous international trade fair that we have actually attended, we anticipate to showcase most of our newly packaged products. and also to meet fellow stakeholders from the cannabis industry, because I'm told this time around it's not going to be Invegro alone as a player in the industry, but also other players in the industry that are also coming to showcase their products and services.
Okay, Myres Ganzani, sales executive from Britam Travel. Britam Travel is a travel agency, so we offer a lot of services. Our main service is flying tickets. So apart from that, we offer hotel bookings, we offer holiday packages, we offer also tour package. Our preparation so far, as you can see, we are just do our branding so that it can look more attractive to the customers. So our expectation that by the end of this event, we should be able to have more customers, so that a lot of people should come to know what Britam is.
The focus for this year's Malawi International Trade Fair, which is promoting economic stability through enhanced production as well as industrialization, is also emphasizing on advancing the export agenda through value addition and ensuring that Malawi is increasing its productivity as well as advancing and improving its export base. The Malawi Confederation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry, the organizers of the Malawi International Trade Fair, have emphasized that this year things are going to be done different. There are a lot of activities that have been done, that have been planned intentionally, trying to create more business linkages and also sell Malawi to the world in terms of showcasing the opportunities that the country has. And Wezi Mungoni is the business development manager for the Malawi Confederation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry.
This year's trade fair has been themed promoting economic stability through enhanced production and industrialization. As a chamber, we have been advancing this agenda of substituting imports, which we can achieve through more industrializing and increasing our production. So that is what we are focusing on. But as a chamber, we do serve various sectors, so we have had participants register from all sectors of the economy, not just manufacturing, but also the financial sector, agro-processing, and this year we aimed to surpass that. And at the moment, as I'm talking, we are at 230 participants. These are not only local participants, but we have also had registrations from neighboring countries like Mozambique. We have a delegation from Zambezi province who's coming through, and we have the Indian business community, South Africa, some businesses from South Africa are also attending, and Zimbabwe, including Tanzania, because what we aim to do this year is to create more platforms for networking and interaction.
About 230 exhibitors have registered to participate in this year's Malawi International Trade Fair, the 36th trade fair that is taking place, and more are still coming. It is a platform that is expected to yield a lot for Malawi in terms of putting on the map Malawi, showcasing the potential that is there. This year's Malawi International Trade Fair is happening at a time when the country is grappling with economic challenges, talk of chronic foreign exchange shortages, and also low productivity, among other challenges. It is platforms like these that can help Malawi in terms of creating the needed opportunities to improve business operations by ensuring that the local operators are creating links or making partnerships, creating partnerships with fellow local operators as well as international partners to enhance productivity, which is very key in terms of improving Malawi's export base to address some of the challenges by making sure that we are increasing Malawi's capacity to earn foreign exchange through increased exports. It is a trade fair, an event that is not only bringing local participants but also international participants. We have been told that some international participants have also shown interest to take part in this year's trade fair, including some from Mozambique, others from Tanzania, from Zimbabwe, and also other countries. And in total, as of now, about 230 exhibitors, both local and international, have registered to take part, and the number is expected to go up before the official opening. And also, this is an improvement from last year, whereby about 225 exhibitors, both from local and international partners, took part in the fair. So there's a lot of expectation in terms of what this year's Malawi International Trade Fair is said or is expected to bring.
Now, Malawi's total exports fell by nearly 5% in 2005, while imports jumped sharply, further widening the country's trade deficit. The situation is exerting extra pressure on the already volatile economy, which is battling foreign exchange shortages and elevated inflation. According to statistics from the International Trade Center Trade Map, Malawi's total exports to the world declined from $958.5 million in 2024 to $913.8 million in 2025. Chimwemwe Mangazi has the whole story.
According to data from the International Trade Center Trade Map, Belgium remained Malawi's largest export destination in 2025, receiving goods worth $171.1 million, though this was slightly down from $178.7 million in 2024. Tobacco dominated exports to Belgium, accounting for $169.7 million of the total, confirming that Malawi's export base remains heavily dependent on the crop. On the import side, China remained by far Malawi's largest supplier, with imports from the Asian giant rising from $535.2 million in 2024 to $798.5 million in 2025, an increase of nearly 50%. The top imports from China included machinery and mechanical appliances, electrical equipment, textiles, vehicles, and plastics. This is what Economics Association of Malawi President Betha Jigadza had to say.
As a country, first we need to cut down on unnecessary expenses and unnecessary imports. If we are talking about an import bill of $4 billion against 900 and something of exports, it just shows that I think we're not doing well in terms of external trade. And with that, the country will continue to suffer. So probably it's high time the government concentrate on just importation of the necessary things. What do we need? We need fuel, we need medicine, we need fertilizer, all those things which are very important, but also they have other ripple effects in the economy. For example, if you know that we are bringing in fertilizer is needed in the agriculture sector, it will enhance production of food, production of even other things that we can export. Those are things we need. We can cut down on non-essential imports. What we don't need, then I think we can even raise the cost of importing them, whether it's taxing them heavily and so on, so that we discourage the imports. Above all, we can just rationalize or only allocate forex on those things that we really need, so that at least we also fix that problem of over-importing. However, as ECAMA, we are also looking at these imports, probably not coming from within, like, is the forex coming from within Malawi? Probably it's coming from that diverted forex, which does not enter into the country, but Malawians outside there can actually pay for other people who are within Malawi, and then they are asked maybe to give them Malawi kwacha's and so on. If we can find ways of actually channeling those monies into the country, we can boost our forex reserves, because I think we are losing a lot by just leaving the things the way they are, the status quo as it is. And by doing that, I think as a country, we are now incurring this part of imported inflation.
For now, Malawi continues to spend more than it earns on the global market, and until it changes, the pressure on the kwacha and foreign exchange reserves is unlikely to ease.
Remember, this is Business Time, a magazine program where we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country. My name is Britam, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Diversified Financial Services Group, Britam Holdings PLC, which is the parent company for Britam Insurance Malawi, has rated the local market as significant for its operations and growth. Britam Holdings PLC Regional Chief Executive Officer, specifically for General Insurance, Jackson Tori, said in an interview that the firm has since brought out a new strategic plan covering years between 2026 and 2030, which aims at positioning itself as a continental insurance and financial services powerhouse. He was speaking recently on the sidelines of a cocktail the firm hosted for local insurance brokers.
So we see Malawi as one of the markets that we operate in that has a very high potential, and we made good progress. Why? One, the vibrant youth we have in the Malawi population. And therefore, part of the solutions we're looking for is solutions to really bring this youth into our space. The second one is Malawi as a nation has very bright prospects. What do I mean? If you look at the ATM priorities, so whether it's in the agriculture, Malawi is unlike where I come from in Kenya, we actually get our cereals from Malawi. So Malawi's agricultural potential is significant, and they should be able to feed quite a number of African countries such as Kenya that are food deficient. Tourism is key in Malawi. Again, it's an area that as an emerging economy in Africa, Malawi can contribute a lot. Mining, I'm sure I don't need to say this. I think it's the minerals in Malawi give a huge potential for the economy, and at the moment we haven't really exploited it. And of course manufacturing, because as Britam we are very committed. We are an African company. We are very committed to make sure that Africa as a continent takes its rightful place as a leader in the world, because for a long time Africa has not had its full potential recognized and respected by the rest of the world.
Now, Britam Insurance Malawi Board Chairperson Benedicto Nkoma said Britam Malawi remained in a systematic position to contribute towards growth of the parent company.
Malawi market is a great investment opportunity. The government is very clear in terms of what they want to achieve. There is agriculture, tourism, mining, and manufacturing. We see a lot of opportunity. Some are just starting, like mining. We see a lot of opportunity in agriculture with the issues to do with weather. We think we can come in to do weather insurance and really help to build the country.
Now this is the pain. That's why our prices of fuel right now are a bit more high. Because we are paying for what we had consumed earlier on. We are paying for mistakes that were done by members of parliament, by politicians, for deciding that they can maintain a low price on the market while they are selling at a lower price. The prices that we had in the past were quite high. We were procuring electricity at a higher price. And we decided, as poor as we are, to be selling the fuel at a lower cost. That has resulted in passing on the burden, the lost burdens to consumers. And hence we are seeing the current prices of fuel. where now we are told Malawians, consumers, are owning the oil industry 1.3 trillion Malawi kwacha. That's a lot of money. It will take us years to finish paying that. This meeting is supposed to address and plead to both politicians and the regulator to say, can you be independent and make sure that when fuel prices are done, they are done in a manner to ensure that there is consistency in the fuel supply system, chain rather, that fuel comes in, but also to make sure that the prices are a bit more are transparent. We would want to see transparency in the procuring and distribution of fuel in the country. And we are demanding that politicians should get away from interfering in the management, procuring, and regulating fuel in the country. Leave it to MERA. That's a body that is supposed to be regulating fuel in the country.
Well, that story also brings us to the end of today's edition of the program, Business Time, a magazine program in which we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is Britam. Thank you for watching, but always remember, if it doesn't make money, then it doesn't make sense. Stay safe and goodbye for now.